This show will be truly, truly appreciated. So it is early in the morning. Hold on. 6:20. I mean, let me tell you something. Ever since I was like, I think ever since I came to America, I had problems sleeping because of the gunshot. And I used to live in Quahans in Brooklyn. I'm telling you, I would never forget the first time I heard it, right? So I was next to my cousin, and I think we was watching a movie or something, and then I heard gunshots, like, pop, 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 and I was like, what is that? And then, oh, hold on, let me put do not, they always do that every time I'm on the phone. Give me 1 second. They always do that, every time, I never fail. Okay. Yeah, so I will never forget, right, because when I came to America, I was in 2007, and then I was living with my grandmother, my aunt. Long story. A lot of people in this 2 bedroom apartment. But now I understand why, because it's so expensive. It is so expensive. I'm telling you. But yeah. So at first it was like my grandmother, my aunt, my little cousin, and then my grandpa. But he's not really my grandpa, but we call him grandpa. And then later on, it came my sister, her daughter, and then her first baby father, his son, and my nephew. So, but now I understand. Now I look back, I'm like, because at first I was like, why they don't have this shit together? But now that I'm a grown, now that I'm a grown person and I went through life, like trust me, it's not easy. My aunt, she was a nurse, and I remember she had a house. Um, anyway, her house was empty, but whatever. So that's why I try to tell people, like, don't because the problem with my aunt, she always look at the next person what they have, and that's not good. When you do that, you're like you kind of blocking your blessings. So that's why I always encourage people focus on you, because you don't know what the person did to get certain materialistic thing. You understand? Like, for example, I used to look at a family member, right? A guy. It's funny, we have the same sign, right? Because he had a nice car, he has a studio apartment, everything. Comes to find out that the car that he had, it wasn't even under his name. It was under his baby mom name. And his baby mom, she worked at Bank of America, but she's on the corporate side. And I always remember he used to spaz out on her, and I was just like, why are you even like that with your baby mom? But not, it make a lot of sense. You understand? So that's why I try to tell people, like, don't judge people, because or don't envy people, because you don't know what they did to get certain materialistic things. You understand? Like, for example, I remember I used to look at this girl, and I was like, damn, she had all these nice things. I used to envy her, right? Come to find out she was an OnlyFan, or she was a prostitute. You understand? So that's why I encourage people, like, focus on you. Focus on you. When your time has come, it will come. You understand? But don't look at the next person and be like, oh, they have a car, they have a house, this, that, because you'll be surprised. Like, some of them prostitute themselves, some of them be robbing, some of them, yeah, I'm telling you, they be using their baby father or baby mom credit to get a nice car. It's not even under their name. You understand? So all I'm saying is focus on you, because it's not. I'm looking at my aunt. I'm like, she always said, oh, be careful what people think about you. Yeah, at a certain extent, but at one point you gotta not give a fuck. You understand what I mean? Because these people, they don't pay your rent. They don't. They don't care if you have something to eat. You understand what I mean? So, uh, to me personally, I wouldn't say nothing. And it's sad because she passed away worrying about what people's going to think. And I think it was Mr. Pickerton. He's another case. But anyway, so I met Mr. Pickerton and at City Tech, right? And I remember we was arguing about something, and then he was like, I was like, because my aunt, she always used to say that. She was like, oh, you know, be careful how you do certain things, because when you pass away, what people is going to think about you. And I told that to Mr. Pickerton, right? And then Mr. Pickerton was like, man, once I'm dead, it doesn't matter. It's done. It's over. And I was like, you know what? That's so true. So it's interesting how a lot of the stuff that was taught to me, now that I'm a mother, I had to unlearn it, because now I'm a mother. I'm like, okay, I like this part of what this person taught me. Oh, I don't like this other part, what they taught me. You understand what I mean? Um, it's the same thing. Like, for example, my sister told me I would never get a finance job with my nappy hair. Guess what, bitch? I did. I did. Matter of fact,
I checked it. The CFO that was working on where when I was working, he's not there anymore. Like, and it's so sad because I have another LinkedIn account, but I forgot my password, and we was connected. Or maybe I was mad because I was trying to connect with him and he didn't respond to me or whatever. But yeah, he was like, oh, he was like, don't ever change. He was like, you know what? I love your natural hair. I love your natural hair. And he was like, I don't know his nationality, but I'm assuming he was white. All I remember is he had his business suit, right? But one time it was hot and he rolled out his, and he had like the craziest tattoo. And I was just like, and then he used to see me work late at night. And to my mentality was, because how I was raised, it was like, work hard, don't question anything, just keep your head down. That is wrong. You're not gonna get far in life by just keeping your head down and not asking questions. Because like I tell you, people that get promoted, they ask for it. They don't just wait for a promotion. First of all, they're not gonna give you a promotion because they're trying to get the labor as cheap as possible. You understand what I mean? Like, when you're a business person, it's all about profit. You understand? They're not gonna be like, there's some company they do though, because I did saw a company on the news. I wish I knew the company, man. The guy was like, you know what? I'm giving everybody $75,000 started. And everybody was, and the other business owner and investor, they was like, oh, you're never gonna make it because, why would you offer that? Guess what? His business is striving because he's considering the well-being of his employee. And I want to be that type of person, because you gotta understand, if you take care of me, like, okay, that's how I see it, right? If I come to work and I'm happy and I'm well fed, I'm supposed to be doing my work correctly. You understand what I mean? Now, another thing that I noticed with business owner, they don't want to pay on training. Why? That's the most stupidest shit ever. Like, you have to pay on training in order for the person to do their job correctly, right? And the thing of, she gonna take my job. It's like, bitch, if you was doing your job correctly, you wouldn't be worrying about the next person doing your job. You understand what I mean? So that's just me. You understand? But there's some people, they're very ignorant. They're like, it's all about money, 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 and they don't care. They don't care. They're all lost. So me as a business owner, I'm just gonna do things differently. I wish I had. I think the guy, I don't. I forgot. I just saw it on the news. Like, I was like, wow, yeah. He was like starting. He said, I'm giving everybody $75,000, and his business is striving. And that's why I'm like, you got to stop listening to the naysayer, because a lot of people, they're gonna be like, oh, you can't do this, you can't, and you'll be surprised. And then once they see that you do it, they'll be like, oh, I always believed in you, and I'm like, bitch, you didn't. So I mean, like. when I came in this country, my family was like, "Oh, we're gonna pay for your college and tuition," but I didn't do my research, because you understand, I was 18 years old and I was looking for that motherly figure, because I didn't have it with my sister. But now I look back, I'm like, my sister was young; she was like 25 years old, and she was going out with this rapper, and he was young too. You understand? But one thing I appreciate about them, even though it was imperfect, when it came to food, it was like, yo, we might be arguing. I might not like you, but here, like, here's the food. I don't care. Here, you understand? But over here, it was just like, don't touch my food. Don't touch it. I'm like, yo, what the hell? You understand? And then I don't know. Listen, but one nurse that told me, when I went to the pediatrician for my son Arian. It's funny. I took the taxi and the guy was Dominican. And he said "Ah rien," and I was like, "Oh shit, that is so French." But anyway, so yeah, the lady was like, I was telling, oh, my doula told me I had to consider someone culture before I get involved, and then she was like, no, it's not. It's how the person was raised. And I was like, okay, that's really interesting, because like I said, there's Dominican, there's good and bad Dominican. Haitian, there's good and bad Haitian. White people, even a girl, she was like, oh, I'm only gonna date white people. I was like, what are you talking about? Like this? We white people this good. I really think it's based on how you was raised and how you view life and how you react to certain things. Because people gonna say shit regardless, you understand? And like I said, I don't have time to be like proving anybody, or like, to be honest, I really don't have the time, because I have a son to take care of, and that's the beauty of getting older. Because when I have my podcast, and that's why I'm like, the podcast on Peanut, but I realized there's a lot of bullying. Even though I'm telling you, it was. That's the thing. Like, that's why I want to create my own podcast because I want it to be a safe environment. Okay, because some people there was like, oh, you can't create a safe environment. This is the internet. Me, I want that. You know what I'm saying? If you share your story to me, I want to sit down and listen and be able to learn in the same way. If I share my story, you'll be listen to it because nobody's perfect, and that's the problem in this world. Everybody want to put the good side. Nobody showed and I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure there's some people that's like raw, like that trust me, like, but we need to stop acting like everything is perfect. Like, no, nothing is perfect. Nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. So the jealousy that I'm receiving from ignorant motherfuckers, yeah, I'm a curse. It's stupid because you don't know what I did to get to that point. You don't know the struggle that I went to. You don't know, and that is so sad for someone to make fun of because they say I'm mentally ill, right? So for someone to say that I'm mentally ill is very ignorant. It just shows me that you're uneducated, and I did the right thing to get rid of you out of my life. You understand? And the bullying that they try to do is not working. Because I'm telling you, I started in Brooklyn, like Crimes, Brownsville, Canarsie, Princeton Street. Oh man, you name it, the list go on. Even when I was doing my mixed martial art in downtown Brooklyn, I wasn't paying attention. I was on the phone because I'm thinking, oh, it's downtown Brooklyn. I'm safe. I will never forget that. I'm talking on the phone. I'm not paying attention. I just came from my mixed martial art class and I bought some new gloves. Yes, I had like those because my favorite color is turquoise, right? So I had those new gloves. It was heavy. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Very distracted. I was working out with JP Morgan at the time. Two guys passed by and they grabbed my bag and they started running. And for a minute, I was like, hold on, what? It took me a minute and then I was like, oh, fuck it. So I started running like, hey, my bag, my bag, my bag. And halfway, I almost gave up because I was out of breath. But I was like, a voice, my intuition was like, no, bitch, you better get that shit because all my documentation was there, my green card, everything, because I think I was doing something else. So I can't push it, even though I was out of breath. Something, I'm telling you, my intuition, I don't know, it's just, that's why I rather listen to it. You understand? Because a lot of people, they like, do this, do that. But when I don't listen to my intuition, I get in trouble. So my intuition, I'm telling you, my intuition was like, no, bitch, you better go get that back. So I was like, even though I was out of breath, I pushed myself. I was like, ah! And I can say, my back, my back. And the reason why I said that is to bring the attention to them because a lot of people start looking, And the guy dropped my bag, and I was just like, by the time I took it, I wanted to beat the shit out of him, but I was just like, you know what, I'm so out of breath. I was just so out of breath. And I was just like, yo, I was just happy to have my bag, you know what I'm saying? And then I just went to go shopping for so the stuff that I just bought, I forgot at the location. And then by the time I came back, I'm pretty sure a group of people wanted to take it, but they saw me and they was like, that's your stuff. And I was like, yeah, they gave it to me. But I was so out of breath, man. I was just like, man. But I gave halfway, I gave up. And the intuition was like, no, bitch, go get the bag. And I pushed myself. I was like, ah. And then I remember I went back to the JoJo and my sensei and Peter Larson, right? He looked at me. He was like, he said, what happened? I was like, yo, they try to take my. He was like, yo, you really don't have it. Before that, they knocked my tooth down. I beat up the guy, got locked up. That I'm telling you, I had the opportunity to work at Goldman Sachs, but it was to a temp job, right? So it was like $30 an hour. And now I look back, I'm like, I was mad at first, but now I look back, I was like, man, that's probably why they gave me the position right there, because it was like, oh yeah, it's cheap, and she's gonna do the work. But the same day, and I'm telling you, I had to talk like that, like. It's funny now because I had to laugh, but when I went through it, trust me, I was crying. I was like, damn, man, I could have worked on Goldman Sachs, like shit. And then, uh, and then what else? Yeah, I just remember I just cried. I just cried, cried, cried. And this guy that I was trying to impress, man, I gave him $2,000. That's why one person in the comment they was like, "Yo, my cousin took $20." I'm like, $20 again. I lost $2,000. You gotta understand that's a lot in the person in my tax bracket. Yeah, he took the money, went on vacation with his son to impress the next bitch. That's what he did. That's it. And then when I asked him for the money, he had the audacity to look at me like I'm the crazy one. You see what I mean? And then they want to say I'm crazy. They want to say I'm crazy. You understand? Like it's like the audacity. And then, that's when I'm like, don't invite a broke motherfucker in your crib because you don't know where they sleep at. So when I went to his house, come to find out he's sleeping on the couch at his parents' house. Hmm. Yeah, the same thing with my baby father. Come to find out that I don't know. He said that's his mom. That might not be his mom because the way she was acting. And then I'm like, oh, that's why you got the tinted black window because you sleep in your car. Huh? That's what they do. That's what they do. So, um, anyway, it is what it is. My sister was like, damn, you read, and I was like, you, and they always told me that it was like, pay attention, pay. But I'm from Canada. I'm like, dee, 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 like, I'm so used. And that's what my family was trying to tell me. They was like, Ernessa, this is not Canada. This is this is New York. But the thing is, I was just so bored because it's like the minute I came here, it was like, shut up, watch the kids, and I'm like, what? And I really wanted to like experience New York, but I got to experience New York when I would say in college. That's where I really got to experience. No, matter of fact, in high school when I was at Urban Assembly and School of Music and Art, because I signed up to a lot of programs, I just didn't want to go home. But not only that is because I really wanted to become an artist, but I just wasn't. I didn't have the confidence basically, and my family was like, "You can't sing." It was like, "Become a doctor and a lawyer," and I was like, "No," and that's why I went to business. It was like, you want to do a business and what? And I was like, I don't know. I just know I want to, because my mom, she was like, oh, my mom was incredible. She knew how to sew. She knew how to bake. I remember she had like it was a closet and the whole closet was like different type of books and stuff like that. Like, I was just like, wow. And then what else? And then I remember people coming to our house and she would do the hair and it was crazy. Like you should look up longer. It's like the suburb. Like I would walk and people was like, "Oh, how's your mom? Oh, how's your stepdad?" Like everybody know each other basically. So yeah, and then yeah, when we used to have a black party, trust me, everybody was like, "Where's that black rice?" Yo, no offense, but white people they funny. You gotta say Canada longer. When I grew up, there's a lot of white people. So even when I went to Jacques Rousseau as like high school, and that's what I like about that school. We had like International Day, so it didn't matter which country you came from. They would cook some food and even sell the food. You understand? So that's why I appreciate the taste of food because I remember I tasted food from Morocco, even from Egypt. There was people from Africa. I forgot which part of Africa. Most of them was like Nigeria, Algeria. Some of them was from Afghanistan. Some of them, oh man, the list goes on. Then it was, of course, Haitian people. Haitian, we were, people was like, where's that griot, black rice? Oh my god, such a good memory. And then what else? Yeah, Spanish food, Mexican food. I love Mexican food. I mean, some Dominican food is alright, but it's so similar to Haitian food. It's just we use different spice. That's what it is. That's what it is. But what are some of the Dominican? Oh, I like mango with the eggs and the pickled onion. I like that. And then what else? There's some like cakes that I like and stuff. And then what other stuff? Oh, I was gonna do my hair, but man, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna put some spray or something. But anyway, so what else? Okay, what else I was gonna say? God, but yeah, but I know if I go back to long hair, it's not the same. It's not the same because I'm an adult now. Things change. Last time I spoke to someone that was in Canada, they was like, "Yeah, it's tough. It's tough in Canada right now." I still think the living condition is better because it's clean. There's no, to be honest with you, I never really dealt with rat and cockroach. The most I dealt was ants, and that was it. When you sprinkle sugar on the table, that's it. You would just see ants. No, that's the thing I hate about New York is it's a fucking rat cackle. I mean, I'm lucky that I live in an apartment where it's not, because let me tell you, in Brownsville, yo, one person was like, yo, you want to smoke? I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, yo, I was like, why would you invite me here? Like, I don't know. Some people, I don't know. Mm. And that's the sad part. Some people, they stay in Brooklyn. Like, they never went to Manhattan, Queens. I'm like, you don't live, like, to me, it's like, it's shocking. It's very shocking. So, anyway, that's what. Uh, okay, LBC. He said, "Turn this off. No one is listening." Okay, I'm just whatever. Yeah, I found out. Hey, no, seriously, I'm gonna create another account. Go7. Who is Go7? Okay, block there. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, Go7. XX5. Hi, how you doing? Tia Bunny, hi, or hi. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do moving forward. Anybody that's negative, I'm just gonna block you because, like I said, if I was talking too much or I forgot what's the other comment, I really don't care. You would have just went to another channel. You understand? So I just feel like that's a distraction that you're trying to do. On top of that, it's pretty obvious that someone hacked the new phone that I got, so it's okay. Yeah, that's the new phone that the police gave me. It's pretty obvious because I was listening to some music and it stopped again. But you know what I did? I shook my ass for them. Okay, I really don't give it. I really know. I'm pretty sure I know who it is because, like I said, I'm a small business owner, so it's not like I collected client information. I'm just at the beginning stage. I have one person on LinkedIn that was like, "Hey, can you manage my business?" But I was like, "No." I was honest. I'm like, I'm dealing with a hacking issue, so I refuse to collect any client information. And that's what I'm trying to say. Knowledge is power because they could hack my phone. They could try to use a third party to provoke me or whatever. I see the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And knowledge is whatever is in my head is in my head. And on top of that, I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm actually the victim. Like, who told this dumbass motherfucker to use my social security number? Who told that bum ass on the corner, like, if I don't want you, I don't want you. You understand what I mean? But for you to try to fuck me over is like, okay. So I see the bullshit. So, anyway, carry on. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create multiple accounts, okay, and I'm gonna talk in four language, and we're gonna narrow it down. We're gonna narrow it down. That's the strategy, okay? Because boo boo, you're not gonna stop my blessing. Like you're a stupid ass motherfucker. So anyway, mhm. So let me show you. So now it seemed like I accepted someone on my TikTok, and now look, they said, okay, hold on, okay. You guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, probably can't see. Okay, so you see the it said fell right, and it said due to community guideline, I can't receive or get message and stuff like that. But I haven't received no notification, so that's how I know this phone is like. And on top of that, I noticed like when I be recording myself and stuff, the lighting is different. I be listening to music and then they be stopping or whatever. So I really don't care. It's just pushing me forward to do cybersecurity because that's like a big issue and a lot of entrepreneurs they have problem with cybersecurity. Even J.P. Morgan, but they have the money to pay the fine. Me, I don't have the money to pay the fine, so I'm definitely take a class of cybersecurity. La kou yon mpal pale an kriol paske mpable makakon li konen te chapo mkonen li pa kompon kriol li fote besi we. Alors, gade, mpal konyen ki moun beze konyen paske li gen madam li, sa vle li yon Georgia, ou kompon, men mpal fe ba ave petit mwen, ma pose petit mwen, mpa stres ankor, ou kompon, mpa bezwen stres ankor, paske makakon li besi, ou kompon. So, si ou vle on ba sou nou nak pale finance, ma voye link lan, non, ajouten, yal kakan la koun yam pa ka men repon, paske li fout black, Facebook mwen, non, voye yon mesaj sou Facebook, paske Snapchat, non, gade, ma fe yon lot account pou Snapchat, ma fe yon lot account pou Snapchat, ajouten non chat, business mwen se Derose House LLC, son investment company, ou kompren si ou vle pale finance, ou go l'ajan, nou pa pale go l'ajan, epi apre sa gen yon lot ba ki rele House of Moses, LLC son e-commerce wè. So la konen, ou konen ma mite nan Bronx, so m konen li bagen anpil manje Haitien wè, epi ou konen m bezon mari moulin, m bezon griyo men, m bezon duri jonjon, ok? Epi konen m bagen machin, baka alen jiska Brooklyn, Flatbush pou ache mari moulin, so nou pal figyo ou kapwa so. Se sa m pal fe. Ase maka konen kwe la bloke m. Gen bese, sa se diab nan we, le ou an moun ki fe bagay kon sa, epi ma jan fe, mba fe an yon nan, ba lan se ke, mba pran tan konen moun nan, ou wan. Le ou gade moun nan, ou kwe ke moun nan li shy, ou kwe li yon moun janti, li te montre m, green card li. So mte kwe, mpa kwe li fe bagay kon sa, men moun nan li psycho we. Epi li te dim sa, le mte anset, li te, wap pou kontou, mespe ou pa, ou toune dan shelter, men se ki ka sa, se ou gen yon menaj, man bat menaj ou, la kou yan li fout viri, li te, ou beze wacha, ou baka gen yon menaj, ou di, ganon kaka, wafou pou kon yon vieux bouzen, vieux makaka, rede inana, epi baget wazozo, li fe sens. Eske li fe sens? La kou yan, gade, se sa ma jwe ave, oui. Yo, nega, en Dominicain, oui, nega, bon, nega, fwe kan epi li fwe bon mèman. Li di, li pa mette nan child support, right? So mi di, ok, nou pa mari, mba mette nan birth certificate, li di, non, mbeze nan birth certificate. La koun ya mette nan birth certificate, mi di te mette nan, mba konen li ta, kon yon vi makaka rede inana li rete nan kote an, oui. Ou konen si kon sa m konen, paske lem te ansem, m de soti apartement, epi gen yon vi makaka bouze lap gade m kon sa, m di, ki moun sa? Ou komwen? M baka bata, paske m te ansem. Ou komwen? La kou ya tout ba yon fe sens, la, li semble li reme en inana. Ou ka rete avek inana, ba fou m kite an repo. Li fache paske m bak de bon boubou mwen. Ou komwen? Epi m bak kon, premièrement, ou fout senti mayas, ou fwe kan, ou le makaka lan te vin la, li fout kraze oven lan, li fout kraze fenet lan, ki sa, yo, makaka lan, li fwe an bil pa, so si vous an di, gade, pa vin di mon papa, paske se pa mon papa ou ye, ou kompwen se mon makaka ou ye, ou kompwen, la kounya, li sou mon kwe, pitit lan, la vin noa, la kounya, li we pitit lan shelbe, la vin di, mon papa, di nan get mare nou, papa ou ye, li bezo pitit la, paske li we pitit lan biye bel, epi li reme sa, le moun fam nan la bay, atensyon, epi se sa bay lan, mamti, okay? That's the thing I'm trying to tell, like, I was having a conversation in a podcast, and, you know, a lot of women, we agree, like, we're like, you know, people need to stop praising fathers, because you're supposed to do that, okay? So for you to have an extra badge to do your job is ridiculous. Et puis c'est ça m'a expliqué. Ma quand il veut un bébé parce que il rime attention. Même si il chabé, il est secure, même si il fou comme ça, il pas il pas que confiance dans lui-même. Si vous avez saisi, là, il dit que il était un gangster. Mais c'est qui ça? Il pas un gangster, lui-même, ma caca ça. Là, il dit il est un gangster. Et puis il fait sens parce que m'te kon kriye, me dit pourquoi ça wap sorti là, il dit c'est parce que j'aime pas me faire m'baka gen un ménage, c'est ça il dit oui. Alors bousin inana, li ko l'a gagné en réalité si utiliser bousin pour quoi li. On va me dire c'est ça c'est comme ça lié. Et puis moi kaka l'était enceinte, m'te comme 6 mois enceinte. Kapran fout jete kaka chen dehors là parce que moi matin là rentrer sortir li mène un fusil mette en bas cabane moi me dit dans kaka pour ça on mène ba et puis là me garde comme si me garde et puis craser fenêtre là oui et puis après ça là me dit ma kaka me dit oh bon coblan pour me fixe fenêtre là ou comme ça il dit mette docteur c'est ça il me dit mette docteur dans fenêtre là ouais. Et puis il semble qu'il y a un peu madame là, oui. Et puis là, les petites l'ont fait, dans l'hôpital. Ma quand il regarde, il dit, on connaît un petit nous, besoin, un petit frère, un petit soeur. Je me dis, qui ça? Yo, ou fou men. Ou fou. E pi tout le monde yo di, oh, wè ou retourne avèk papa piti tout. Ou fou. Pou mwen li loki nge bebe an. Lem te anse, li di, oh, ma kebe, piti nan, ou konsan li di, oh, pa kebe bebe an, epi apre sa li di pou sa ouve kebe bebe an, se paske ouve ou bebe avek cheve ki mbli yon ki jan ou di nan kriya fwekan ou sa nan, la li fache paske li konen ke map jan koyen lankor paske li yon fi makaka, epi makaka li pou an numero sosyal mwen, epi li ouve ke li te kwa li te smart men biya pou el biya pou el makaka li te kwa mte besi paske mte abwe an tafya. E pi se vwe, ou konen bambakou, mte kan bwe tout ba lan, zan mi mwen di, oh, ki jan ou bwe tout ba lan, depres, se pou za ou depres. Yeah, so se sa mwen pral fe, paske mwen konen makaka yo pa kon pale kreol, fò kompran, yon pil moun yo pa, mèm moun ki a ise, yo pa mèm pale kreol, yap di, oh, yo ont. Ou ki sa, ou ont pou ki sa, ou pa kon histwa, ou pa kon history, ou you should be ashamed of yourself. Ou pa pale kreol, yon kaka. Hallelujah, salvation and glory. So yeah, so se sa mwa fè an ti, on Snapchat akak avè business la, se ou vè pale finance, rajoute Derose House LS non Snapchat la. La kounya, on lo ba etou, nem fè, kaka la, ki sa wot di la. Oh, men ba pou House of Moses LLC, mwen vè fè an ti commerce. Mwen rajoute, paske mwen reme Snapchat la, paske mwen ka kontrole. Ou mwen ka kontrole ki moun ma asepte. La konya, lem mette norme, epi lem mette bed vizan, vye makaka yo rele patalon yo ate. Fwekan, epi mdi makaka yo mba fe pa sa. Ou mba van boubon mwen, epi yo toujou fe kon imbécile son malkos. Malkos. Ki sa ou vle mfe la? Ouwen, vi makaka li hak. Ba, ton konvyan. Se pa kon se moun celebrite, se pa kon se moun fè kob, ma eseye fè kob, la bloke tout ba, paske on vyen bese, on vyen selfish, e pi li gen moun nan YouTube ap gade ba, e pi li te kon te bese, yon moun nan ba, ki repote akap. Men se ok, paske moun konen bon Dieu li bon. E pi mba fache ankon. Mba bezane fache. Mba kakwenye bese. Yo, my baby is so big. Like, look at her. He's so cute. Look at her. You came into. Look at her. That was a couple months ago. Like, look at her. Look at her. So cute. Now he's big now. I'm like he's big. Like, I can't believe it. And he's full of personality. Now I know when he be fake crying. I know when he be. That's why I'm like, people say, "Oh, let me babysit your baby." I'm like, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he get mad. Like I swear to God, if I don't pay him attention, like he be like, and he be fake crying. And I have to hold him. And then he's so noisy. You wanna look at, when they're young, their eyes is open, but I don't think they have awareness. But now you can tell he's aware. He's aware. Like, and he's funny. I be holding him. He's like that. And then the minute I put him, he be looking at me. But I'm so proud because I'm telling you, when he was born, he was like five. He was 5 pounds, and yeah, I went to the hospital for hypertension because his baby father was stressing me out, and yeah, I went to the hospital. I didn't even have my the car seat, and I prepared it. I prepared my bag and the baby bag in my car seat. And then when I went to the hospital because I saw that my high blood pressure was high, they was like, Mr. Rose, you have to give birth now because you have preeclampsia and that could be. And I was just like, oh my God. And I just remember I was by myself and I was waiting for my doula. My doula wasn't there. But at least we spoke about it, right? So she kind of prepared me to like advocate for myself. Even the app, the Peanut app, a lot of women was like, as a black woman, you have to advocate for yourself. Even white people told me that. It was a white person that told me that she was like, as a black person, you would have to advocate for yourself. And I'm so happy I did. That's all I did. I'm telling you. And yeah, I will never forget like when he cried, oh my God. I started crying. I was just like, what? And then I hate the ignorant comment because people was like, oh, your baby's white. I'm like, who give a fuck? Like, it's still he's still my baby, you know. So yeah, at first the father took care of him, make sure that he went to the because you have to take phototherapy when the baby have jaundice. Jaundice is like they're like their skin is yellow and they had to do with I forgot the doctor explained to me and it's like I forgot, but he explained to me, and I and so whatever the father make sure that you know they went to phototherapy and stuff. I had to go back to the hospital because of severe preeclampsia. You know what I'm saying? Because of the father again, very ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I encourage people be careful with who you have children with because some people they don't care. They don't care. They really don't care. So yeah, I knew I had to go back to the hospital because my left leg was swollen. So I went and it was like, yeah, you gotta get admitted. And I didn't even want to get admitted. I just wanted to go home with my baby. But it was like, no, you gotta get admitted. And that's the weird thing about the father. He said at 9 o'clock he had to go to the emergency room, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. And then even one of my nurse, she was like, yo, she was like, it doesn't sound right to be honest. And it's true because when you go to an emergency room, you don't have to schedule an appointment. And then a lot of men would do that. They would take their newborn baby and bring it to their new girlfriend, or I don't know what he was trying to do, but I told him no. No, you're not doing it because it doesn't make any sense what you're telling me. And I'm happy I listened to my intuition. You understand? I'm just happy because he would just took the baby, disappeared, and I would never saw my baby. And that's why I'm like, how dare you? You know, I'm more than just a baby popping machine. You understand? So yeah, it's very unfortunate. A lot of women go through that. You know, even if the person have money in the bank, you'll be surprised. Like I don't know what's wrong with men. They just think, oh yeah, let me give her a baby and trap her. Like I'm like, are you serious? Like but it is what it is. I don't regret the baby. I just wish that my baby had a real father figure. That's what I wish. You understand? Uh, but it is what it is. And I would do everything for my baby. It doesn't matter what they do, how many times they come after me. It does not matter. That's my baby. I carried that child for like almost 37 weeks. I almost did the 40 week. If I wasn't stressed out, if I was well taken care of, I would have probably did the full term. But the doctor told me that the placenta is not working anymore. That's another thing too. And you know the placenta come from the man, right? And yeah, I had to give it because it was like if you don't give birth now, you might not be able to see your baby. You know what I'm saying? And I was alone throughout the most pregnancy. I was alone. I was alone. So for these motherfuckers to think that they could just come over and make up some fake lie and take my baby away from me, yeah, some stupid motherfuckers. Because like I said, I was alone throughout most of my pregnancy. And even if you bought baby clothes or what, that's the problem with men. They think that if I provide, that's enough. No, you got to be emotionally and physically there, and that's the problem. So for the audacity for this dumbass motherfucker to think that, oh yeah, I'm the father. No, I was alone throughout most of the pregnancy. It's a big violation when you're emotionally abusing someone because you're jealous, because you're insecure. That's ridiculous. That's a big violation. So you can hide as much as you want to, but you're not gonna win. You're not gonna intimidate me. You're not gonna mess my money because, like I said, knowledge is power, and I have the right to speak up because I'm a victim. Like I said, who told this dumb motherfucker to use my social security number? You know what I'm saying? And open multiple account across the state. And you know what I'm saying? Just stupid. I never said that. I never said that you could do that. And then you want to ruin my life? You know, and at first I was mad. I was like, damn, I wanted to take the SIA's exam when I was pregnant, but that's a good thing. And they were, everything happened for a reason. So you know what? I put my faith in God, and that's what we're going to do. Okay? So, ouais, je vais le dire en français là, parce que là, le vieux macaque, là, il m'emmerde vraiment. Alors, qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Je vais créer un compte sur mon business, sur Snapchat, parce qu'au moins, je peux contrôler qui j'accepte ou pas. Tu comprends? Parce que là, mon account sur mon nom personnel, il y a trop de monde là, qui me rajoute là, pour des faveurs sexuelles, et puis j'ai pas le temps pour ça là. Alors, je vais faire un autre compte là, parce que ça c'est trop. Et puis, je vais faire très attention à qui que j'accepte parce que c'est vraiment dégoûtant, là. Ils m'appellent, les partenaires sont déjà à terre. C'est comme, yo, je veux pas avoir ton vieux pénis, là. Tu comprends? Le nom de mon business, c'est Derose House LLC. Ça, c'est regarder les finances, là. Alors, tu peux me rajouter sur Snapchat, là. Et puis, l'autre, là, ça s'appelle House of Moses. LLC, ça c'est un e-commerce. J'ai oublié mon français un peu là, mais ça va me revenir là. Il faut que je pratique là, un peu plus là, mais ça va me revenir. Le e-commerce, je crois que je vais parler de la nourriture haïtienne et puis des choses. Je travaille sur quelque chose là. Je vais pas trop dire mes business là. Mais c'est ça qu'on va faire parce que le vieux imbécile là, il veut pas, like, je te dis là, il y a accès sur toutes mes passwords. Mais c'est vraiment fou, mais j'ai oublié comme si c'est en français, là, mais il y a hack mon téléphone, mon laptop, même ma télévision, là, j'ai un Smart TV et puis il y a hack mon télévision. Tellement habitué. Et puis après ça, il veut dire que, oh, je suis un père. Non, t'es pas un père, t'es enfoiré, putain de merde, c'est ça que t'es là, un vieux enfoiré. Alors, on va faire les choses différemment parce que là, j'ai besoin d'argent pour prendre soin de mon enfant, tu vois. Mais il est tellement selfish, là, il est tellement dégoûtant. Tu vois? Alors, c'est pour ça que j'encourage tout le monde, avant que tu aies un enfant avec une personne, make sure que tu assure-toi que tu connais la personne, que tu as les mêmes valeurs, et puis ils sont pas là juste pour de fuck up ta vie, là, tu comprends? Parce qu'il y a plusieurs monde là qui sont jaloux et puis ils savent pas qu'est-ce que tu as fait. Plusieurs de peine et puis de souffrance et puis de travail que tu as fait pour être à ce moment-là. Alors, j'ai pas besoin de m'expliquer à personne, hein, en réalité. J'ai vraiment pas besoin de m'expliquer à personne, mais je te dis une histoire de moi pour que tu sois que je suis une personne qui est honnête, là. J'ai pas besoin de mentir, là. J'ai vraiment pas besoin de mentir. Alors, de toute façon, ouais. Alors, passe une belle journée. Merci pour regarder. Mon nom est Ernessa Derose. Je viens de Montréal, Québec. Je suis née, j'habitais à Longueuil, dans le Canada. Je suis venue dans la mairie pour Live the American Dream. Well, that fucking American dream, motherfucker, does not. You know, what do you want me to do? I had to laugh. I had to laugh. I can't be miserable, right? Like, what you want me to do? The only thing I can do is control myself, and I'm gonna keep sipping my tea. Thank you. Oh, what's time is it? Not. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna close it like that. Hold on. Non, parce que ça m'énerve beaucoup, là. Le monde, il dit, oh, pourquoi tu retournes pas avec le père de ton enfant? Mon enfant a seulement 4 mois, mais tu connais pas ce que le père m'a mis, là. Il m'a mis pour beaucoup de souffrance, là. Alors, c'est pour ça que je dis au monde, là, il faut que tu fermes ta gueule parce que tu sais pas qu'est-ce que l'enfoiré peut-être mère m'a mis dans la vie. Alors, yeah, so, we're gonna close it like that, right? Hallelujah, salvation and glory, honor and power. He is wonderful. For the Lord our God is mighty. The Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. Hallelujah. Salvation and glory, honor and power, He is wonderful. For the Lord our God is mighty. The Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. Oh, praises be to the King of Kings and the Lord our God. He is wonderful. Ah, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah. He is wonderful. Ah, hallelujah. 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 He is wonderful. Hallelujah. Salvation and glory, honor and power, He is wonderful. For the Lord our God is mighty, the Lord our God is omnipotent, the Lord our God, He is wonderful. Yeah, I gotta practice, but whatever. Hater gonna hate, hater hunt. Please like, share, subscribe. Add me on Snapchat. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it wasn't meant for you. Bye.